Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the video. We have got the Typhon ready to go today. Now, this is going to be the first run. We just got quite a bit of snow. It's fairly fluffy, so that is going to be either good or bad. I'm not really sure, but we've got the Gens A 6500 3S high voltage pack in there. Peaked up, guys, as well, to high voltage. So each cell, 4.35 volts. I've had a lot of experience with these these rebranded Hobbywing ESCs and high voltage packs, and they always seem to work out, so I'm not too worried about running the high voltage in this. We have the paddles on. Now, if you watch the unboxing video, I kind of talked about how running paddles in the front isn't always the best thing for snow. But today, because I'm going to be kind of more in a smaller space, I'm just going out in front of my house, going to be ripping it around in the front yard and stuff like that. There's not going to be a lot of wide open rips and stuff. Having paddles in the front, I think, is going to be a benefit because, again, it's going to help obviously get traction to the front. My setup, guys, that I showed in the unboxing video that I'm going to be doing is more for when I can really get it out and rip. If I was just going out in front of the house and just going to rip up and down the street, you know, if there's a nice little layer of snow there, I would go that other route. But for now, I just want to try the paddles. We may, at some point, guys, in this video, come in and swap out the fronts for probably just the stock tires, and we'll just see how that works out, see how that plays out. But for right now, guys, we're gonna head outside. We've got 3S, we've got the paddles, and we're gonna see how this buggy runs. All right, guys, we're out running the 3S Typhon. I've already shoveled the driveway, and unfortunately too many cars have gone up and down the street, so my snow is kind of gone, but we'll see how we do anyways. Oh, well, it's actually backing out with the paddles. That's crazy. I was not expecting. Oh no, we're stuck again. That's where, guys, having the front paddles definitely works out. Now, one thing, guys, I didn't talk about in the unboxing video and my kind of setup is the one thing about running a buggy body is everything should stay somewhat clean underneath, just because the paddles are way out and we don't get all the snow trapped. Oh. Oh, so close. Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah. Oh. All right, before we get into that run, the one thing I want to do, because I'm really curious about this, is to find out how much snow is underneath this body right now. Obviously, you can see a lot back here, but again, because the buggy body is like this, so even if I'm turning and I was throwing snow, a lot of it should kind of hit here, deflect, and go back. I can still hear the fans, so that's a good thing. I actually had thought of unplugging the motor fan and just removing it altogether, and I forgot. But we're going to see, you guys, right now how this is, because again, there was a lot of reasons, guys, behind buying this buggy, and one of them was the fact that come the winter time, it should hopefully not take on a lot of snow. So here we go. And okay, I was kind of hoping for less. I gotta watch how I pick this up. I don't want all that snow to fall on my floor, but not bad, guys. I mean, for the most part, in here isn't too bad. There's a little bit around the bell cranks and stuff like that, but nothing sitting on top of the ESC, which is awesome, probably because it's so high to the body that it can't actually get in there. We've got a little bit around the motor. There's nothing sitting on top of that fin right now. Again, same thing, probably because the body is high there. The snow is probably kind of making its way through and kind of doing that. But either way, guys, I'm going to turn this thing off, disconnect it, and we will talk about what just happened up there. All right, guys, we've got the buggy all cleaned up. It's all dried off. And the first thing, guys, I want to cover is, in the video, there was a lot of splicing, a lot of splitting, a lot of fading in and out. And the reason is, well, there's actually three of them. One was the fact that I was stuck a lot. So watching me walk up to a buggy is not all that much fun, and flipping it over. So I got rid of most of that. Two was the fact that every time it got caked with a lot of snow, I would try to remove the snow just to get the weight off and all that kind of fun stuff. And thirdly, guys, when I'm in front of my house and I'm on the street, I'm always kind of doing this. I'm always sort of looking back and forth on the street to make sure there's no vehicles coming, and that my vehicle, whatever I'm driving at the time, today obviously being the Typhon, that it's not going to get run over. When I watch a video, when I'm watching my own video, and if a part of it is making me sick because of, again, this, yeah, I'm not going to make you guys sit through that either. So I cut out a lot of that just to kind of make the video flow a little bit better, and again, not make you guys sick. Now, on that topic though, I obviously, guys, removed a lot of footage, and I think when I came in and I uploaded all the running footage, I think I was around 16 minutes. I'm going to put it right now because I did take a screenshot. I'll put that on the screen right now. And the reason I'm saying this, guys, is, so I was running the beast. I was running these Gens Ace Advanced 6500 3S packs, 100C discharge rate, charges up to high voltage, wicked battery for these 3S vehicles. What I like about them is that they sit in there very low. So you've got that 6500 milliamp capacity, but it sits as low in the tray as it can. Now, it does fill up the whole tray. I mentioned in the first video that you have to remove these little things right here, but I think that's awesome. Now, The reason I'm bringing attention to this is, again, guys, I was running this thing for about 60 minutes outside, spinning a lot, ripping through the snow, and this little indicator, you can see, still shows 3 LEDs. So this is the capacity of the battery, which means this spot, guys, right here is where I'm sitting, is your 50 to 75%. So I still have a ton of runtime. Now, when it starts to get around that 65, 70%, the battery will start to deplete a lot faster. But again, guys, lots of runtime with these 6500s. Lots of power. The ESC had no issue with the high voltage packs. I don't know if watching that back was as much fun as it was driving. One thing about snow is everything is an obstacle. You're always trying to find that great line to sort of rip through, to hook up and get traction. And you can see a few times when I'm sort of starting at the top of the driveway, like coming from our car, ripping through that. There's a few times that I kind of get onto the snow and it really hooks up and it just kind of slingshots across the lawn. And then there's times where I come up from the other way and I just get stuck right away. That was kind of a bummer, and that was kind of my fault. When I went out earlier and I was shoveling the driveway, obviously throwing the snow into the yard, I made like big clumps and all that stuff. So the buggy didn't have like a nice smooth, you know, kind of surface to rip along. But either way, guys, it was a ton of fun. I love driving RCs in the winter, and it's just funny how going back so many years, you know, when I was first into this hobby, running these things in the winter was awful. Like, you know, zip lock, using balloons, everything, coating your electronics. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a liquid electrical tape or something like that. There were so many things you had to do, and if you didn't do them all perfect, the vehicle died. And I remember having a massively built E-Max. Now, when I think back to it now, it's sort of funny. It was an Integi massively built E-Max, but it looked amazing. And I remember one night I went outside, it had a EVX in it, not the EVX2 that was waterproof, the original EVX, and I was running 14 cell nickel metal hydrate. And it was funny because I just took it out to test some things, and then there was a little snowbank, and I kept hitting that snowbank, and it was a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden, I just remember hearing like, and that was it. The ESC was done. It damaged the batteries. It sucked. And now, guys, where I'm getting with this, today, this thing on sale for 325 or 329 Canadian gets you a vehicle that you can go out, rip around in the snow all you want, tons of speed, throw a set of paddles on it and have a great time. It is just awesome. But anyways, guys, you know what? That's it. I'm not going to ramble on any longer. The first run was fun. It might not have looked the most exciting. Obviously, there's no high-flying jumps or anything like that, but it is a great time. And it was a fun time because I did it right in front of my house. And that, guys, again, is actually one of the reasons for buying this buggy, is that sometimes I don't feel like going in the car. I don't feel like driving to a location. I just want to rip it around in front of my house. And the winter kind of gives me that, because between the snowbanks and everything like that, I have things to do and I have a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun out there. So anyways, guys, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe and have a great day.